GBAMFS News Roundup, week of April 28th. The month of April has brought many developments in the world of gaming. Let's go over the highlights. On April 2nd, Nintendo's release date for their newest handheld hybrid console, the Switch 2, was announced. More ergonomic and powerful than the first edition, it has attracted wide attention and acclaim. This unit has upgraded graphics capabilities, more options for purchasing and accessing games, and additional multiplayer features. While it debuted to rave reviews, Nintendo has faced criticism for their pricing scheme for the device. Starting at around $80, a number of gamers have complained about the increase in price from the previous generation's $60 baseline per game cost, and are balking at buying one as a result. While others have raised criticism around the disconnect between physical media and the game data introduced in a new cartridge format. An in-depth review of Nintendo's decision-making surrounding the launch of the Switch 2 is the subject of an upcoming article on gbamfs.org. The game systems are slated to arrive on June 5th. In the ongoing saga of Ubisoft's major difficulties, the behemoth publisher, once the longtime darling of gamers, has now been accused of spying on players by NOYB, a European privacy watchdog group. The claims revolve around alleged abuse of Ubisoft's EULA provisions in an overbroad collection of data from users' computers. Only essential information needed to maintain the digital rights management aspect of the software was supposed to be involved, where, as it turns out, according to this group, the data collected were somewhat more broad than that, involving multiple different servers. This may result in a fine being levied against Ubi by the European Union under GDPR privacy regulations. GBAMFS reiterates our position. EULA reform is critically needed. Regulatory reform centering on privacy protections for gamers is essential for gamers as well as members of the general public. In addition, in other news, in unrelated developments, some investors in the company are calling into question the terms of Ubisoft's spin-off deal with Tencent. Some are calling for a restructuring of the terms of the deal. Credit to Smash JT's coverage for alerting us to this turn of events. Links with further details are posted below. PewDiePie, one of the biggest gaming live streamers of all time, has come out with an unexpected but winning suggestion. Switch to Linux. His videos, which we feature below as encouragement and instruction to our viewers to make the OS their own, show how easy it can be to do. There is always something technical to work out, but that will be true no matter what your OS is. If Pewds can do it, so can we gamers. Guides will all be posted down below. We recommend Linux to gamers. Windows works too. I use both and think highly of macOS as well. The Sweet Baby Inc. consulting firm, noteworthy for the role one of their staffers played in touching off the modern Gamergate 2 firestorm, has been exposed in a leak that revealed another of their staffers in what may point to a pattern of harassing conduct of gamers and developer studios by the firm. This is a developing story, and original credit for the report goes to Gothic Therapy, whose channel and video revealing the leak you can find linked below. More details on this as they become available. 4chan, a popular online kinda-sorta anonymous message board platform, was hacked by a rival group going by the moniker Soyjack Party. The hack exposed troves of data from the site, including administrator and moderator credentials, IP addresses, as well as voluminous caches of site data, including posts. Some archived moderator logs, stretching all the way back to the first Gamergate and before, were revealed in this process, giving a clearer picture of the circumstances around the ouster and ban of Gamergate as a movement there all those years ago. Given the security situation on the site, GBAMFS recommends people find other, more secure alternatives to enjoy. In YouTube gaming creator news, the popular gaming commentators Hypnotic and Smash JT have been placed in jeopardy on the platform after repeat copyright strikes on their accounts. Some of these strikes were for uploaded videos of theirs many months old. In Hypnotic's case, he was temporarily suspended from the platform over content that has been overlooked for copyright claims on numerous other accounts, and on his own account for a considerable period of time before being struck. This content, which consists of clips taken from comedy television shows, remain up on other accounts without issue as of the time of this reporting. Editorial Note, we reached out to YouTube on social media supporting Hypnotic's effort to regain posting ability there. He has since had his ability to post video restored. We do decry this apparent selective enforcement of copyright on YouTube's part, if indeed that is what is responsible for the suspension. The need for technical upgrades and a healthy market competition in independent creator video platform arenas is certainly called for, and we encourage all necessary movement in this direction. In editorial review, Smash JT's channel, meanwhile, appears to have suffered as a result of an unusual technical snafu with the so-called Nudity content detection system. Based on his original videos, which remain up and viewable elsewhere, and which were reviewed by us, this does not appear to be a legitimate flag for this type of content. It may constitute an inappropriate strike against his account. We hasten YouTube to review this content manually and remove the strikes if indeed they are unwarranted. All content we've reviewed so far indicates this video, which features and criticizes a popular female YouTube gaming personality by the name of Alana Pierce, was sampled from her original content in a segment showing the star sitting with her knees up to her chest. This is very clearly visible in frame. Although we cannot vouch for the original source material, none of it appears to contain nudity, and all of it does appear to fall within fair use provisions for critical commentary and educational use of content, even if some is a bit risque. We do believe this content falls within YouTube's terms of service. In further editorial review, another fairly well-known YouTube personality in the gaming commentary sphere, head of Sungrand Studios, Jerrel, appears to have suffered a high-profile breakdown. Looking at his recent posts, they do seem to reflect him being under a certain strain. While others have noted inconsistencies in his behavior before this time, in review of his apparent issues, we would like to recognize the demands of solo content creation are real and can pose mental health challenges, even to those experienced creators who are well prepared for the rigors of the process. We choose to take this as instructive and as a cautionary note to all creators that it is important to take appropriate breaks and set realistic goals for content production. He has previously served as a focal point, rebuffing the ill-conceived new monetization scheme that the Unity engine developers, now departed CEO, attempted to roll out a few years back. That move was repudiated by a broad cross-section of the Unity developer community, including Jerrel. His work there was definitely commendable, and we hope all creators can find a work-life balance that does allow them to put their best selves in front of the camera. We here note that Ethan Ralph of the Ralph Retort journalism fame, a notable figure from the first Gamergate, was rumored to have died while on vacation on a trip out of the country. In the last few days, he has returned to X, posting and setting aside doubts some had about his welfare. As it turns out, he was having a pretty good time down in Colombia. Glad you made it, Ralph. And last but not least, popular gaming streamer and social commentator Asmongold, real name Zach, did something pretty rare for him. He took a vacation. He got back from Florida a few days ago. Just want to say howdy to the Roach King from us here in sunny South Florida and from the GBAMFS crew. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to GBAMFS News Roundup. We thank our viewers for their patience with our evolving lineup of content and look forward to bringing you more and more timely news as it happens. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions will help us to keep you informed on news gamers need to know.